bits. Actually robbed the airflow meter off that blue 940, as I've got a feeling that's what's wrong with this car. Also had a hole in the intercooler, not surprising, it's got a little bit too much boost, probably just wear and tear. A quick run through of what this is again. It is a 2.3 BT30 FT. It was originally an FK low pressure turbo car, but the engine was blown up and I swapped the engine in FT. Everything else is FT spec as well. The turbo is a 13T, not a 13C. So if we look inside here, you can see the more modern 6+6 compressor wheel, which is a damn sight larger than the stock one. I actually built that turbo myself. There's a 940 back housing, and the front housing is off a low pressure turbo P2 chassis car, I believe. They're very similar in size to a 16T compressor wheel in actual fact. Probably a bit overkill with the size of the exhaust housing, but there is a nice original downpipe as well on there. Some of the aftermarket downpipes you can get are very restrictive just after here. Watch out for like a weld around there, it's a good tell. The genuine one, you can get away with a little bit more. Obviously the exhaust housing is the biggest restriction on these. I was being lazy, really. So I have being lazy by doing more work. Airflow meter to fit. I have an intercooler to fit. I have boost pipes to fit. Got the distributor back in there. And I've also got some chipped ECUs down there as well that are going in it. I can now program the chips myself, so I want to put some in here. It is running very well as it is, but I want it to run a bit better. I've got a few other bits to do to this as well. It's got some lowering springs to go on it, got some new shocks to go on the back. I have got a locker to go in the back out of a Sport. It's got egg crate to go back on it, so a few bits put back together, but the goal is today to get it back up and running. And there's the dog, Rusty, being very good, doing very good. So yeah, let's get at it. A bit more when we're a bit more back together. Whilst I'm deep diving under here, I might as well make a video of ECU stuff, so people using my chips can get things apart. You've got two ECUs. This one, which is the fuel, and this one, which is the spark. The spark one will be located like this, up on the steering column. There is a bolt. I don't know if you can make that out, it's behind that wire, and there it is. That bolt on there that you need to undo. For Torx, it is, as with most things, T25. Undo that. The wires will be on a little prop stud, so you can just yank it like that. It'll come out. Tab, release, pull. Gold box. Several different part numbers on this, but if it's gold, it's a gold box. These wires here are for wasted spark. I'm not actually using them at the moment, but it is wired up for wasted spark. This gold box is out of my other car, and I'm just gonna throw this one together so that I've got something, well, something turbocharged to use, to be honest, because I like blasting around in something stupid. This is automatic. It is good fun, however, it goes quite well. So I'm just gonna put that in there, and I'm gonna throw it in for now. So fuel ECU. People talk about ECUs. They say 984. That's what that is. 984. It's the last three digits of the part number. This is the last ECU used in any 940. It is as far as I've read, has twice the computing power of early ECUs in 940s. So if you can get this, this is the one to go for. It is always immobilized, so you need some chips to run it. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, she purrs like a kitten. Nice genuine egg crate in there to replace the non-genuine one. See my spotlights behind there. See the KL intercooler. Had a new set of plugs in. I found out what the misfire was. Oil leak as well. That's actually surprisingly common. Fuck that. Oh, language. Just had a new set of plugs in it. Also had some heat sleeves on there, and I've also coated everything with oil because I started it up without the rocker cover off. So it is now running. I need to sort out the ECUs. So next off, I'm just going to stick the chipped ECUs back into it and see how we get on then. So this is Lou and a beautiful sunset. That. Up and running. This is my daily driver spec 940 estate. It's 1996. Started life as a low pressure turbo. It's now fully high pressure turbo spec, including badging and everything. Obviously you can see things like it's got a spoiler, it's got a nice 2.5 inch stainless steel exhaust, mud flaps, wind deflectors, loads of bits and pieces. A really nice car actually. As I've just said, I've finished doing intercooler and a couple of other bits, so have a quick look under the bonnet. Yes, it does have a high tick over. Being automatic, when it goes in gear, I haven't got the right tips for it, so I've had to set the tick over slightly higher, because when it goes in gear it drops RPM. But it's a fairly sensible car. There's K&N inside there, PO88 intake pipe. As I covered before, it's a hybrid 13T turbo with a 940 13C back car. Yes, that does make a difference. It has an A-cam out of a 740 turbo in it. It has chips and then loads of nice other bits and pieces. Engine's all been gone through. It has all new gaskets sealed, new core plugs in there as well, painted. It looks just as nice underneath as well. All stainless steel and what have you. KL behind there. Loads of bits and pieces like headlight wipers deleted, 740 under bonnet light. It's on Aries just to keep the car a bit standard looking. There's some spaces behind them though. I don't know if you can make them out. Little 5mm ones. It's on, can't remember what the tyres are, but they're different Michelin or Goodyear energy efficiency, I don't know, something like that. Some nice tyres, just a nice car to drive really. Fans just kicked in, like that, optional front lip, just to keep it looking nice and mean. I'm going to go back round to that sunset. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. That's how long you get. Right, let's go and have a look to see how it goes. Be back in a second. So you're going to have to put up with it this way round and speedo only halfway. But here we go. Let's see what it goes like. car. It's got to have a locker put in it. It's got to have some new rear suspension. I'm debating whether it gets lowered or not, because at the moment it's on standard height suspension and it's ever so practical. I can just drive over anything I want to, really. So it's very good. Just gonna go back up this airfield around this airplane here that's parked. 1 second. Just do that and we'll see. Probably have to pull over to let this guy taxi. Do a quick roll like this. Yeah, I'm not too disappointed with that. It does move fairly well. I did have a bit of an issue before where it was holding back. It doesn't seem to be doing that anymore. Recovery truck obviously knows that I'm out and about. Just going to spin around in this whatever a junction's called on an airfield. I don't know. Going to spin around there and we'll head back on the road. Hopefully beat this slow moving. Very much so that is an automatic gearbox, as I keep saying, probably pushing it a little too hard. Doesn't have any mods done to the box at all. It does seem to be keeping up with it so far. I do want to add a transmission cooler to it. It's probably next on my list. I mean, a big auxiliary transmission cooler rather than the built-in air to water or whatever it is. I guess it's oil to water because it's built into the radiator. So maybe bypass that, or maybe, I don't know, run that as well. Any comments? Anybody done anything similar? Let me know. I realise obviously the automatic boxes are much more popular in America, so if anybody's watching from America, let me know. I'm not trying to go mad with this car. I have a serious 940 that I need to get up and running, and will be up and running soon, but this is just something that I can, well, it's got 7 seats and Isofix, and quite clearly doesn't do 120 miles an hour. So, oh yeah, and the other thing that's really good, we can just do brake boost. Which is very spicy for. Somebody asked me what the fuel consumption's like. It's pretty good. It doesn't really impact it too much. Obviously, the more boost pressure that you use, the faster it's going to be. But the faster it's going to use fuel. That's obvious. Heavier foot that you have, the more it's going to use fuel. So. But I do think when you put the big injectors and stuff like that in, that's when you have the real kind of problems with it, with fuel consumption. It does sound good as well. It's a bit of a long section that is, with the camera the wrong way around, but hey ho, there we go. People looking at dogs everywhere, so we won't. We'll have a burnout video later, I think, of this one, because I do like a good burnout, even though it's got good tyres on it. Just burbling up the road here, because we are back on the road now. Now we're driving sensibly. My normal parking space. Because the exhaust goes quiet.